Welcome to the Ninja News Show with the Angry Ninja. Alright guys, it's time for some news. Look, we're just going to talk about the big elephant in the room. The big giant news elephant. The thing well, there's two things really you can't stop hearing right now. But the biggest one right now, in my opinion, the one that just, it's all over, everything is, did Biden mess up in Afghanistan? And that's a complicated answer. The answer is yes. The answer is also no. And I say that because nobody else could have done it any better. Nobody. Afghanistan has always been a shit show. Will always be a shit show. And things leading up to this, done by other administrations, didn't help. First of all, should never go over to begin with. The reason we went over there was because we were going to get Al-Qaeda. And Al-Qaeda wasn't there. Not the one we were going for anyway. We found him over in Iran or Pakistan or something like that and killed him. Nah. Now, were there terrorists there? Yeah, of course. It's Afghanistan. There's still terrorists there. There have been terrorists there the whole time. Could we ever hunt them down and kill them all? No. Not possible. Too many places for them to hide. We would literally have to level the entire country in order to do that. And we're not all about leveling the entire country and killing innocent people. It's just not our thing. Could we stayed over there for another 20 years and kept it a police state like it was? Yeah, we could have. And that would have cost us another $2 trillion. And when we left 20 years from now, the exact same thing would happen. Now, could a couple things been done different? Sure. A couple bad things happened. One, before Trump left office, he cut a deal to release the leader of the Taliban, who was in jail in Pakistan. And to make that even better, he released, as part of the deal, 5,000 Taliban fighters that were all captured. So he immediately gave their forces 5,000 more experienced fighters and released their leader. That's what Trump did, because he says, well, the troops out by May, and he was going to do that, and so we need to negotiate with these people. And he did. He sent Mike Pompeo over there, and they negotiated, and they released him, and that dude's now sitting in the palace in the capital city of Afghanistan. He's the one that led this whole thing. So releasing him was probably a bad plan. Releasing those extra soldiers was a bad plan. But more importantly, people are complaining about, we're leaving all this stuff there. They're going to use it against us. One, they probably don't know how to use it against us. Not anybody can just get into a black helicopter and fly it. Not anybody can just get into or start operating a drone and make it work. Go buy a drone. Give it a shot. Imagine the ones in the military goes, just a smidge more complicated. But the plan was to leave that stuff there. One reason is getting it all out. The value of the items we would be removing wouldn't be worth the value of the cost of transporting it, and we have more. Lord knows we have enough black helicopters. Nah, get that. Second part was, we spent 20 years training a security force of 300,000 Afghans to use this stuff to defend themselves against the Taliban. That was the point. They were supposed to fight back. That was the whole thing. We put a government in place. Elected government. Whatever. And they were supposed to fight back. We were supposed to leave, and they were like, okay, we got this now. We're going to, not one shot fired in defense. Every one of these cities fell because they just didn't even fight back. They didn't drop. Everybody's mad at the president for leaving. I'm newsflash for you. If I'm the leader of a country, sitting in my presidential palace, presidential mansion, whatever, and the Taliban is coming towards me, and none of my soldiers, my security forces, fired a single shot in my defense, I would leave too. Wouldn't you? Now, the fact that he used 4 cars to transfer out $169 million tells me where some of that $2 trillion went. But I would have left too. Obviously, you lost. No point getting hung for it. And that's what it comes down to. Could Biden done it better? Maybe. But it comes down to the Afghans weren't ever going to fight for themselves. And that's why this happened. That's why this happened the way it is. Now all these Afghans went out that are scared of the Taliban, but you weren't scared enough to fight for yourself. We can help. We did help. We spent 20 years helping. We spent 20 years training. We did what we could. We spent $2 trillion giving y'all equipment and training and weapons and guns and air support and Black Hawk helicopter and everything else. And you had to defend yourselves. And you guys chose not to. And that's on you. That was your choice. Apparently y'all are okay with Taliban being in charge. We need to get the Americans out. And honestly, we need to get any Afghan that helped America, that actually tried, out. That needs to happen. And Biden is working on that. And I will judge his final grade on this whole disaster based on how well he does those things. But the truth is, if Afghans weren't ever going to fight for themselves, this was always going to be the result. And there's no other way around it. That was what was going to happen. It's not what we wanted to happen. I'm sure for most of the Afghans, that's not what they wanted to happen either. But it's what happened. So hopefully, things are better this time. Taliban isn't as crazy this time. Hopefully they learn from their mistakes. They had 20 years to wisen up some. They're saying they're going to actually be better this time. So let's hope that's actually what happens. Do I think that's what's going to happen? No, I don't. But I hope. And that's all you can do. Now to just another story I've kind of followed a little bit, and man, Matt Gaetz, you are a piece of crap. You are a just amazing piece of shit. Like, I know I'm not supposed to cuss, but you're so screwed. At least I hope. And Congress ain't going to help you. The Republican Party isn't going to help you. Matter of fact, you kind of make the Republican Party look horrible. And this is so true. This is from the Levin Report, written by Bess Levin. Report, Matt Gaetz wingman has given the feds years of Venmo transactions and thousands of photos and videos. And the tagline for this one after the title is, "So that can't be good." And you know what? It really, really can. Yes, when we last... I'm just going to read the story because it's amazing. Bess Levin's a genius. When we last checked in with Matt Gaetz, things were going less than swimmingly for the Florida congressman. It's always Florida. And in the interim, they haven't improved. Currently under investigation by the Justice Department for allegedly paying women for sex, sleeping with a minor, and transporting her across state lines, and possible obstruction of justice. The Republican lawmaker has now been heckled on the streets with shouts of "people think you're a pedophile," and closer to home, he's not getting much more respect. Last month, in a series of posts on TikTok, Gaetz' future sister-in-law, Roxy Luxy, told followers her sister's fiance is a literal pedophile, before saying that before saying that the better word would be a made-up pedophile word, I don't know, which stands for a person who's attracted to mid to late adolescents. In another video, Lucky claimed that Gaetz pressured an older man to hit on her when she was 19, a move she described as weird and creepy, adding that Gaetz went full lawyer when she confronted him about the incident at a family gathering. This dude's so sleazy. He's hitting on... Yeah, look, dude, you're busted. Resign. Get out of Congress. Make this go as peacefully as possible. You're done. Oh my God, you're a sleazebag. I, for one, wish prostitution was legal, and not because I want to take part in it, but it'd be able to make it a safer environment for the girls who are willingly into this and not doing it for drugs and such things. It'd actually make it safer and better. A girl should have the right to do that if she wants to. This is true, but it's not legal. You know it's not legal. And one of the things that makes this even worse is, even if it was legal, it wouldn't be legal with minors. And he slept with a minor. Paid for sex with a minor, allegedly. Allegedly transferred across states, so you have sex again, which makes it a federal sex trafficking crime. This man is going to prison. And apparently there's Venmo transactions and photos and videos of his little cocaine parties. And I thought liberals were the ones supposed to be getting down parties, but apparently you want cocaine and hookers, you call a Republican. Who knew? I didn't. So, Mr. Gaetz, stop. Stop what you're doing. You're a sleazebag. Stop it. Stop. Who knew? Bringing the Republican Party down, because that's what you're doing. Oh my God, I never thought I'd say those words. And just go away. Oh my God. Whew. Yeah, man, Gaetz, I'm telling you, man, you're just the worst thing ever. And I just hope yeah. Well, I already know you're probably going straight to hell, so have a nice fiery time. All right, guys, last but not least, COVID. I don't want a booster shot. I had my shots. But you know what's going to happen? When they say I can get the booster shot, I'm going to go get it. So for all you people who aren't vaccinated, I want you to think about your reasons why. And I want you to really think about it. And if the reason why is you're worried about testing or not enough testing on the vaccine, I get that. I'm okay with that. If you're worried you might have a bad reaction to it because you don't know enough about it and there hasn't been enough research, okay. You know what? Cool. But they're not putting a microchip in you. If that's your reason, please stop. Just go get the vaccine. You're not going to turn you into magnetic. I'm not magnetic. I had the shot. I had a buddy who had the other one you could get. I had the Moderna. He got the Pfizer. And he didn't turn magnetic either. And let me explain to you why. And this is one I want all you experienced people to think about really hard. Just get this one in your brain. Are you ready? Are you holding on to your seats? They don't have to put a microchip on you. You have a cell phone. You have a walking microphone with a camera with GPS tracking on you at all times. Period. Your tinfoil hat can't even protect you against that. And I promise you it's there. They're tracking your phone right now if they want to. They're listening to you right now on that. So why would they put a microchip in you? They don't need you. You're willingly carrying a microchip in your pocket for them all the time. With everything a microchip actually needs to run. Like the one they put in your arm wouldn't have electricity. And they kind of need that. It wouldn't have RAM and all the other stuff. Memory and ability to transmit. And they don't make them that small to do all those things. That's what your phone does. So if that's really your reason for not getting vaccinated, because you're afraid the government's going to use it to track you, watch you, better get rid of that cell phone too. And your smart TV. And pretty much any electronic made in the last 5 years. Because all of them track. All of them know. All of them communicate with the government. Just so you know. You're never free. Your TV has a microphone in it. It does, especially the newer ones. They have cameras. Just so you know. They're built that way. Think about it. So, get the vaccine. And if you don't get the vaccine, that's fine. That's your choice. Wear a mask. Reduce the risk. Maybe you'll never get it. Maybe you'll get it and never have a symptom and you'll spread it. So wear a mask. It might save somebody you care about. Couldn't hurt. Alright, that's it for the news, guys. You everybody have a wonderful day. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. It's all part of the Ninja Podcast Network with all the shows featuring Ask the Angry Ninja Show, Not a Kid's Game, presented by the Angry Ninja, which is our D&D podcast, the Ninja News and Politics Show, Sports Talk with the Ninja and J-Mo, and our newest podcast, Outrageous Stories with the Ninja, featuring occasional special guests. Great shows, great stuff. If you want to reach any of us, you go at asktheangryninja@gmail.com. You can reach us on Twitter at cman2342. You can get us on Facebook on the Ask the Angry Ninja Show Facebook page. Any of those places, if you want to support us, we appreciate that. Go to patreon.com/worstjokes. And if you join high enough tier, you'll get a free gift. And we just appreciate any support and feedback. You guys have a wonderful night, and we'll holler at you later.